I don't know how to make it bigger.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Asked and Answered, our fortnightly Q&A show with Brad, Jake, Jordan.
Hey.
Hey, and the lovely people on Facebook. Shall we?
We shall. Okay.
That's your cue.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, on it. Seamless. So we'll start off with the eye kicks question, which is, I had to think about this one a little bit, and it wasn't until you suggested something that I thought of the moment, but the most embarrassing game moment that we've come across. So I'll start.
You've got one.
I got one in the barrel ready to go. So yeah, it was definitely doing the House of Glass raid in Destiny. And there is a lot of it is team-based, and a lot of it requires everybody doing the right thing at the right time. There's one part in particular which is basically a jumping puzzle that you've got to get across one side of a chasm to the other, and there's sort of floaty islands that you've got to jump across to that drop once you hit it, that sort of stuff. And you can work it out. Once you get it down pat, it's not so bad. But the first couple of times we did it, everyone else in the raid got across. So there's 5 guys standing on the other side waiting, and it took me 25 minutes to get
25 minutes,
Wow.
Jay.
And that's a lot of attempts as well. A lot of attempts. And so yeah, the most embarrassing moment for me was that.
And
Yeah.
they invited you back after that?
Well, the funny thing is, I think everyone gets a shot of that being their most embarrassing moment in gaming ever, because it doesn't always work out the same way. So the next time it would have been Matesy, and then the time after that was Sting.
How about you?
I don't know. So I did have an answer, and I'm changing it at the last minute. So my most embarrassing gaming moment happened outside of gaming, where it was at I want to say it was our second World of Warcraft guild drinks. And unbeknownst to me, one of my guild mates recorded me at 3 o'clock in the morning, quite loudly singing Love Song by Taylor Swift.
Brilliant.
Now, you'll never see that footage, because once I discovered it, I made sure that footage went away. But that was...
We're finding it.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah, that's awesome.
Great song, though. Great song.
Yeah, look, I don't know if I've got an embarrassing gaming moment, because
You just that good? Or?
I don't know, like, maybe when I lose to my kids or something like that. But, nothing crazy like you guys.
I think a lot of online gaming you tend to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, because you don't have one, I'll give you my other one, which was
Yeah.
playing EVE Online when I was first playing it. Saved up my money forever, like 6 months of playing this game, and finally got myself a Raven, which is this huge battleship. So I took it out, and now that I finally had this, I was going to make all this money really quickly running missions. So I went out, and the first mission I did, died. I broke my keyboard.
Because you lost everything, right?
Yeah.
You lose the ship.
Yeah, I lost my ship, my temper, my keyboard, my mouse.
All right, moving right along then. We got a question from Beck, which is, I'm using the Steam Link on a new TV, which Brad's already talked about on one of our other shows.
4K,
he loves
baby.
it. 4K
4K TVs are
beautiful 4K
amazing.
TV.
I do recommend.
But the PC that Beck's using is quite a few years old, but still going okay. She wants to know, should she get a new GPU, and if so, what are the options for her? So look, yeah, depends on some of the other components that are in the PC as well.
It's exactly the same as mine.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, basically...
except I've got a new power source.
Yep, that's fine. Yep. So yeah, definitely upgrade to a new graphics card. Anything in the 9 or lower 10 series would be fine, I'd say. So GTX 980 if you can still find them, 970s, a 1060, same as Jordo. Maybe a 1070 if you want to fork out a little bit more money.
How much is 1060 going to cost?
Probably what, like 1060 is about $500, $400 thereabouts. Maybe a little bit less actually than the 1070, and then the 1080, and then the 1080 Ti. Get 2 1080 Tis.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Set.
2 1080 Tis.
Yep.
Got that back?
Yep. Don't look at the price. Just order them and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
The other thing that Beck might want to do is maybe just wait to see what Vega does, so the AMD side of graphics cards, because they're not too far around the corner. And bang for buck, they should be pretty good. So wait and see. Don't upgrade yet. See what AMD are going to bring to the party.
How
There
long's
you
that?
go.
Unsure. Probably think Q2, Q3 this year. So it shouldn't be too far
Hmm.
away. Brendan H asks, do you think the Xbox is attempting to start a new generation or just a new iteration of the current hardware? Is there any more context around that question?
I'm assuming he's talking about the Scorpio.
Right.
And I am starting to think that he might be right. I think that maybe Xbox is going to come out and go, you know what? We decided we're not doing the PS Pro bullshit. We're giving you a whole new console. The main reason I'm thinking that is because they've been very quiet for a long time, other than saying it's going to be bloody expensive.
Yep.
So
Because they have said it's a premium console.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like Xbox has been getting kicked around by Sony the last 3 or 4 months.
With the VR, with the Pro.
With the Pro, with the first party titles.
Yeah, sure.
You know, they've had Halo Wars, and compared to Uncharted 4,
the big ones,
Horizon Zero Dawn, which is an absolute monster.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. They got to do something. Got to do something.
All right, next question is this time it is from Nick, and he asks, "What do you think of Rock Paper Shotgun's thoughts on Mass Effect, and is it clickbait?"
Their thoughts are their own, and yes, it is.
So what are their thoughts on Mass Effect?
So for those that don't know, you can play 10 hours of Mass Effect now if you have Origin access.
Yep.
Which is like $9 a month or $6 a month.
Something like that.
Something like that. So you can play up to 10 hours. Basically a demo that you have to pay for. Fantastic. And so there's been some mixed thoughts on what people think about it. If you haven't seen it, some of the animations are pretty terrible. But anyway, Rock Paper Shotgun wrote an article, and the headline is something along the lines of, "We've played 10 hours of Mass Effect Andromeda and it's terrible." And then they go on to say that the game, everything they played about is terrible, it's horrible, this is probably the worst thing they've ever played, blah, 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 blah. I think they're alone in this opinion. There are some people that don't love it. There are some people that enjoy it and can see its flaws. There are people that have reported that they absolutely love this game. But no one other than these guys has come out and really slammed it like this.
Hammered it.
Really slammed it. I think it's important to have different opinions. I think it's very important to have different opinions because we all enjoy different things. So good on them for having an opinion. I think it's clickbait. I think that they're deliberately trying to be outliers so that people will click their links.
Traffic, yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I can't... Yeah, I don't know. It's such a breakaway from what everyone else is saying. There's another site, an Australian site that I won't mention, that gave a recent game that reviewed really, really well. It was like 9s and... 8s and 9s. I can't remember what the game was now. And they gave it a 5.5. Exactly the same thing, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're that fun... And the idea about doing a review is you remove your personal preference from it, and you talk about the quality of the game. I should be able to review a product that I do not enjoy, but I know that Jake does, and give him the information he needs to whether he's going to enjoy it or not. So I don't think they've done that.
Yeah.
We'll see what the full review says. So I am a bit worried about Mass Effect now.
Yeah.
Animations look a bit meh. I think they might have focused too much on the combat.
Yeah.
Less on the RPG.
Which I've heard the combat is sensational.
Well, it looks
though.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It might be more Horizon than Mass Effect. So we'll see.
So next question is from Lauren, and it is favourite line of dialogue from a video game character and why?
I think you need to let us know what yours is.
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
But, I have so many.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
I have so many. Now we'll start with Jordo because Jordo has.
So it's very hard because the games I play nowadays don't have classic dialogues. But I will say that the games I used to play when I was younger, like the LucasArts, Day of the Tentacle.
Oh, whenever I smell asphalt, I think of Moraine.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Oh. So that type of stuff, that's what.
Full Throttle is like a month away.
Yes, yes it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys?
I got heaps.
Yeah, there's one that always stands out for me, I suppose, which is the Bioshock quote. Now, I don't have it written down specifically, but it's the "Would you kindly" quote. And yeah, that's probably one of the most pivotal moments in game where I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Probably my favourite is because it's my favourite video game character from my favourite video game of all time is GLaDOS in Portal 2, where she says,
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret.
I think that just sums up her as a character so well. I love it. I love it.
That's good.
What was the other one I just mentioned? Oh, Morden Solus from
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3. Had to be me. Someone else would have got it wrong. If you know what that quote's from, then that's why. And the other one that Beck just said, Bart Stallion says hello.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Handsome
Yeah.
Jack, Bart
Yep.
Stallion says hello is a fantastic line. Beautifully delivered. It's...
Bus Stallion! Hey girl, Bus Stallion! Say hello. Yeah. Bud Stallion says hello.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I really, really hope that Butt Stallion is in Borderlands
Makes
3
it
somehow.
come out.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't care how.
Yeah, I don't care how.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
Whatever.
You can do anything you want.
Dream
as long as it's in
sequence.
there.
I'm happy with that. That's fine. Whatever.
Just had a flashback to the the unicorn moment in Witcher 3. Bringing Butt Stallion on that action. Okay, so another question from Wilkshake this time. Will the 3DS die a slow death now that the Switch is out? It's a very interesting question. Now, you've
Sorry,
played
can
it.
I interrupt just for a sec?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear the question because I was reading Lauren's reply,
Ooh.
to which she said, Wheatley from Portal 2. This is very good. So this is probably when you wake up.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
All right, so Nintendo or something?
Yeah, so is the 3DS dead now that the Switch is out, basically? Because you've got a 3DS, a few 3DSs.
Yeah.
And I borrowed one and went overseas to
Yep.
play it on the plane and stuff a little bit. You've played a little bit of 3DS before as well.
Yep, and Beck recently got a 2DS
Okay.
for the Pokemon thing.
Nice.
Doesn't have Don't Starve on it, so she never plays it.
Yeah, fair enough. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, I don't know if it will die because of the Switch, because the Switch is a very high-end point.
It's quite expensive in comparison. What's a 2DS worth?
150?
Yeah,
150, 200?
3DS is probably what, 200 then?
Yeah, 250, I reckon.
250
Yeah.
versus 460.
Yeah,
At
before
the
a
moment. At the moment, before you even get a game. It's interesting because me personally, before I never used handheld gaming devices except for once going away that I borrowed your 3DS, and now thanks to Nintendo, we've been playing a bit of a Switch, and I am really taken aback by how much I will game portably with the Switch now.
Okay.
Huge, and I think it's too expensive for a portable handheld gaming device by far, but it does do it exceptionally well.
Do you think, is it in direct competition with the 3DS, do you think?
No, I absolutely not. It's a completely different tier of product.
Yeah.
But I can see that people might be starting to suggest, well, if you can wait and save a bit of extra money, get a Switch. Don't get
Well, this
a
is
3DS.
something, and we were talking a little bit about this before, that I think probably the mistake I think I'd made in thinking about what the Switch was is that I thought it was a home console that you could take out with you.
Yeah.
Where it's really not. I think really it's a portable concept that you can
Absolutely.
dock on your TV.
Correct.
It really is designed, the portability is the selling point of the Switch.
Yep, absolutely.
And I didn't really understand that, I think, until speaking to you about it.
Yeah, because I thought the same thing. So the first thing I did when I got it, I unpacked it, started playing with it at my desk at work because I was working really hard. And I instantly felt really comfortable, really good, really easy to use, and was just waiting to get it home, dock it, and play it on my big 55-inch TV. And I did that as soon as I got home, I didn't really like the controller that you get to play it as a dock thing. Also, it's terrible with the IR emitter or something. It has to be literally, you can have nothing in front of the controller for it to actually register your controls. It's really shit. So I pretty much sit on the couch and have it as a handheld device 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
and it does it beautifully well.
So, I think the answer is no.
No.
We don't see it as competition. And I tend to agree. I think, and even if it is, this is for rich people's port. Like, if you're going to replace it, if you were trying to decide between the 3DS and a
And a
Nintendo
Switch.
Switch, I think that you've got enough money probably to get both.
If you've got the option,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not
And
really
the other
something.
thing is
you
too, I mean, it's not as portable. I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah, it is.
twice, 3 times the size.
Yeah,
You know, you need a whole case and all. I mean, you can chuck a 2DS in your pocket.
Yeah. So yeah, it is significantly
Yeah.
larger than a 3DS.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, heaps. So
Yeah.
no, I don't think it is the death of. I do think that portable gaming is in a fair bit of strife. I think the 3DS, if there is another portable machine from Nintendo, I think it will be their last. I think mobile phones are replacing them. Nintendo just need to start making games for that.
So Wilkshake also asked Duke, the original Xbox controller, or controller S. I think the new Xbox controller.
That was me saying I think the new Xbox
That's
controller.
cool. Don't ad lib in the questions.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I will read what's on the teleprompter.
So, firstly, can we clarify what we're talking about?
Absolutely, we
So,
can.
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's one we have. This here is the Duke. Quite massive, actually. You know, and then you've got the S. Now, if we hold these up together, you can see it's quite a lot of it.
It's huge, isn't it?
It's massive.
The Duke is ludicrously oversized, isn't
It
it?
is huge.
Seems like
Yeah.
it, doesn't it? Yeah.
So the Duke is actually an Xbox controller, which thank you, Wilkshake, for telling me about this too. Originally came out with the Xbox, and then they brought in the S controller as well, and then everyone started to see this as a favorite because the Duke is massive,
yeah.
and it's
I need
you
to,
know
I just need,
Yeah,
it's so
go.
big, I need to touch it.
yeah, it's absolutely- yeah. So the Duke
much
is
for
is great for people with massive hands.
It's
Massive,
like your
right?
home.
Yeah.
So big and...
Yeah, it's
So
sort of
I
like-
think unless you've got massive hands, stick with the S.
You know, it's funny, I think nowadays, I think the Xbox controller is better than the PlayStation controller. A lot. I really like the Xbox
Yep.
controller, the current ones. But the DualShocks, the PlayStation controllers really have not changed very much over the years at all.
Yeah, they
Whereas-
nailed it right from the start.
Yeah, I really think, and it was
Yeah.
like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, easily a PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
They smashed the Xbox ones. You can see that Xbox have iterated as they've gone and actually improved it, whereas DualShock hasn't really had to.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Although now it feels a bit small. After
It
having-
does. I disagreed because I hadn't really played anything on an Xbox for such a long time until I sat down with an Xbox One S controller and went, "Wow, this is actually really nice." Like,
Yeah.
it just felt perfect. Yeah.
So I think it's time maybe the DualShocks. They just need to extend that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the controller S, I think, would be the
Yeah,
answer.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Unless you got massive hands.
It is nice to know that Jordo has everything anyway.
Just lying around.
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah.
a Duke
Couple
out
of
the back.
things,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so this question came in late.
Bonus question.
Bonus question from Franklin Punch.
Oh, Mr. Punchington.
Yes.
Good punch.
What are your thoughts on the announcement that Sony is going to allow their games, or some of, to be played cross-platform on PC?
Isn't someone else doing that already?
Hmm.
Funny that.
Xbox are doing that, and they're not charging you $20 a month to do it. So what's happening is, I don't know if people have heard of PlayStation Now. Yeah, PlayStation Now is where you can play PlayStation 3 games on a subscription service. We don't have it here in Australia yet. It's in the UK, I think, at the moment.
Right.
But yeah, you can play PlayStation 3 games basically streaming. Now, Jake is going to know more about how this kind of stuff works than I do. So you don't actually have the game files on your computer, do you? Is that right?
Yeah, that's
It's-
generally right. If it follows the same sort of stuff as like the Nvidia GeForce Now service and all that sort of stuff, it's basically it's a streaming service.
Yeah.
So the game is technically played on a server somewhere else, and it streams that image as you're putting inputs in and comes back. And
Yeah, that's my understanding. So I got
you don't own the game at all. You just get the option of playing it.
which I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care. I have a PlayStation. I guess if I didn't have a PlayStation and I was desperate to play Uncharted 4, then I would probably see the benefit of it. Particularly $20 a month. I mean, you think like that's the price point is horrible. I think it's far too much. But that being said, didn't want to buy a PlayStation. You just wanted to play Uncharted 4. You sub for $20 for a month. You play the game, you finish it, and you unsub. Done.
Yep. So you played like a great AAA game for $20.
For $20
versus everyone else pays $110.
Yeah,
or whatever
absolutely.
it was on release.
Yeah. And particularly, I mean, if you've got a nice rig and you like playing on your, so for me having just got a new TV, I want to play everything on the TV. On console right now. Yep. Everything I want it on there.
Yeah.
To this way, I changed my pre-order for Mass Effect from PC to Xbox, just so I could have it on the nice shiny screen.
Yes.
But whenever you get a new graphics card, or you get some nice headphones for your PC or something, you go back to that. So yeah, I can see the merit of it, but I won't be getting it.
It doesn't really phase me too much.
Yeah. I do like that both the big consoles are
starting to
doing this.
Yeah.
It's at the same time it's a bit of a surprise. I really thought that consoles were the hugely dominant market now, but when they're both doing stuff to get PC players playing their games, that's interesting. And in both instances, they're encouraging PC players not to buy consoles.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, there will now be, as a PC player, there will be no game that you can't play on PC.
Yeah.
Except Nintendo.
Yep. Yeah.
Asked and answered.
Done.
I reckon that's it. Oh, hang on.
Hold on.
No, just a comment. Mr. Punchington says, sounds laggy if it does come to Australia.
Absolutely.
Same with every other streaming service that's come across across our shores. Maybe the NBN will... No, the NBN's still going to be shit.
Yeah. Hey, did I tell you I'm getting NBN?
Yes.
So it's coming on my place?
Yep.
And it's pretty much going to be the same. So I've got cable at the moment. Pretty much going to be the same speed, but more people using it.
So it sucks.
Yep. Thanks, Mal, for slowing my internet down. You're awesome.
Although, it's going to be huge improvements for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Negative dial-up speeds.
Yeah.
So yes,
literally, your phone is quicker than your home internet, isn't it?
Yep, I could. Yeah, exactly right. Snail mail is much better than my email at the moment. That's great.
That's it. Oh, Lauren got NBN the other day. What'd you get? Ooh. Did you get the nice fiber stuff? Is it good? Did it change your life?
Just say yes.
Yep. Just say yes to all of those things.
Yes. I need this.
There's a little bit of lag between when we talk and when it goes on Facebook. So then I don't know if someone's answering and I need to just pad things out a little bit, or whether we just need to keep it moving.
Oh, wrap it up.
She said yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's all we needed to hear.
Okay, that's it. We're done?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Love to hear more people telling us their favourite phrases from games.
Yeah, definitely.
Their favourite lines. That's a fantastic question. It's really, really cool.
Yep.
Really, really cool. Maybe if we get enough, maybe we'll do a little montage.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, like we'll cut them from the games and we can.
Yeah, nice. I like that.
So you got to give them to us though, otherwise we won't do it. So
or we'll just do all the ones that we like, which is also okay with us.
Yeah, it's a lot of butt stallion. All right, thanks very much for watching, folks. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll be back in a fortnight.
Thank you.
Bye, boys.
Bye.
Cheers.